It's asking for it's given ATC, AVC, and marginal cost. Okay. So the question is, you have to find out the average fixed cost when 80 cans per month are produced. I think you can do it.
Um, yeah, I can do that.
Uh-huh.
So it will be
So 80 cans, right?
yes.
So that means you have to look for this 80 value on the x-axis. Then you have to find out the coordinates on the y-axis on these
Yes,
cost
ma'am.
curves. Okay. So.
Yes, ma'am. So 80 will be
Mm-hmm.
20 for average uh,
Mm-hmm. Average variable cost.
variable average driver cost, and it'll be 25 for total cost average driver cost.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so then it'll be 25 minus 20.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then you have to calculate the total cost when 55 cans per month are produced. Okay. So total cost when 55 cans are produced. Okay. So in this, you have to find out the 55, then correspond to that. Okay. So here in between this will be 55.
Yes. Yeah. 52, 54, 56, 58. So, yeah, between the second and third line,
Yes, yes, yeah.
55.
So
Yeah.
here you have to straight away go to the ATC curve, right? That is your average total cost curve here, this one. So
Yes.
you are getting 30 units, sorry, $30, right?
Okay.
So now if you multiply this 30 dollar into the number of cans, then you are getting the total cost, right?
Okay.
So this is
So,
actually your average total cost, and when you multiply by this cost per unit per can and the total number of can, that is 55, then you get the answer.
okay, so 55 into 30,
Exactly.
55 to 30. Okay.
Okay. Since you have been given 2 marks here, so just writing the figure is not enough. You just have to calculate the steps also. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that's done. Then next is okay. So you have to basically explain why in the short run, as output increases, marginal costs typically decrease and then increase.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's
So,
the short run, right?
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Any
I'm
idea?
not sure.
Not sure.
Not sure.
Okay. Let me explain that to you. So in the short run, actually fixed cost is already paid, right?
Okay.
And it's the variable cost that will be changing, right? With the
Yes,
increase in output, your variable cost will actually increase. Okay, fixed cost is remaining the same, right?
yes. Yes.
In the short run. So
Yeah.
in this case, your marginal cost is actually due to the change in variable cost due to the change in the output. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And your change in variable cost is actually nothing but your wage or salary that you pay, right? That changes in wage, and
Okay.
this is the wage rate and this is the unit of labor. Okay. And this
Okay.
is the del q, that is the change in output or additional output. So you can take this w, that is the constant, w is wage is the constant, right? So you are actually changing the labor, isn't it?
Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
So this change in output due to change in labor is nothing but the marginal product of the labor.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means this marginal product of labor, if it increases, okay, that means
Okay.
your MC will decline. Getting the
Okay.
point?
Mhm.
Getting the
Yes.
point? Okay. And your MC will increase if MP goes down, right? Marginal product goes down.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm. Yes,
And
ma'am.
why the marginal product declines? Because the operation of law of diminishing returns.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
sorry,
ma'am.
law of diminishing marginal returns.
Okay.
Got the point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next question. So you have to explain that because it is, I think, 4 marks. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then the question is, price of tea in perfectly competitive market is presently $21 per can. Okay. So can you draw this average revenue curve in this figure 2?
What do I should
Hmm.
do?
Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
So at 21, I'll draw a horizontal line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that will be your average revenue, that will be your price, that will be your marginal revenue, right?
Okay.
And that is
Yes.
your demand curve also.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Also the demand curve,
Yes.
but it's saying the price is 21.
Huh.
Okay.
Because it's a perfect competitive market.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Then next, quantity per cans per month. Maximize profit. Okay. In order to maximize profit. Okay. Just remember the maximizing profit condition.
Yes, I do. The MR has to be equal to MC.
Exactly. So have we find out the MC or MR in this case?
Um, MC is given.
Okay. How much the MC is?
Uh, it's the curve in figure 2.
MC is not given. We haven't given the MR, I guess.
Ma'am, but in figure 2 they gave the MC curve.
Where they gave? Tell me.
In figure 2,
Yeah, just let me see.
you
Yeah,
scroll up.
tell me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So MC is given, but MR is not given.
Mm-hmm. So your MR will be 21,
So, oh, 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 right. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So your
MR is 21, right.
okay.
Yeah.
So if it is 21, then it has to cut the MC.
MC, yes.
Okay. So this is the line where it is going to cross the MC. This is the point, right?
Yes.
Okay. तो यहाँ से just draw the line to x-axis and you get the answer. Okay. So
Okay.
this will be 106 or 105 is also fine, I think. You can go for
Yeah.
yeah. So there 104, 106, 105 is fine. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Yes.
Hmm.
I'll
Okay.
say 106 to be safe.
Okay. Yeah, 106 is safe, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then okay, when it is producing at the output level, that is part C2, that means when it is 106, so what is the economic profit? Can you find it out?
Mm, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm, So 21 into 105?
No.
No? Okay, then I'm not sure.
So look at this point where it's average total cost and MC. It is there is this crossover, right?
Yes?
Okay. So 23 is the cost actually. Sorry, 23 is the cost, right?
Okay.
Okay. But the average revenue or price is 21, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that means your revenue you are getting 21, but you are selling it for 20. Sorry, the revenue you are getting it by selling it 21, but the cost of producing it is 23, right?
Yes.
So is there a profit or loss?
Uh,
See, uh,
maybe
here,
a loss.
right? Yeah, there is a
Yeah.
loss. Yeah. So per unit you are losing 2 rupees.
Yes.
Okay, and you are selling 105 quantity. So that means 105 into 2. So that will be your negative profit of 210.
Okay. Got it.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay, so next question. Mm, yep. Yeah. So this is that the farm is in the short run, but it is economic. It's making economic loss. But why it is choosing to stay in that business?
Okay. Mm,
Any idea?
mm. Oh, because of the maybe because of the fixed costs. So there's no like increase or decrease in costs. So there'll be stability for the firm. So that's why they choose.
No, actually, in the economic, in the economy, in the short run, sorry, even if the farm is making loss in the short run, it has already invested in fixed cost, right?
Okay. Yes.
And if it is recovering his average variable cost in the short run, then it's going to stay in the business. But if it is not able to uh, cover the average variable cost, in that point it is going to shut down the company. Okay. So
Okay. Got it. Mm.
so just see this. This is your average cost. Hmm? This is your MC. Okay. And corresponding to that, this is your average variable cost. Okay. So this is known as shutdown point. Okay.
Okay.
So if the farm is not able to recover this much, or it goes whatever the revenue is getting that is falling below the average variable cost, that means it's not able to pay for the raw materials, labor, resources and all. So that's why it will shut down at this point. Okay. And
Okay.
it will still continue to produce, because in the long run maybe demand will come up, and many other things will come help it.
Okay.
So it continues. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Then this is a 2 mark question. Okay. So you can write that if the price is covering average variable cost. Okay. So that's why it is choose to stay in that business even if it is making loss in the short run.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Yes.
So why the farm is a price taker in the perfect competition? Last time I told you also, right? Can you
Uh,
answer? No.
is a price taker.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
What does a price taker actually mean? What is the word?
a firm that can raise the price or decrease the price.
Yeah, it can't influence the price, right?
Yes.
Because there are so many infinite number of buyers and sellers in the market. So
Yes.
if it uh, drop down the price, then it's not going to get any new consumer. Or if it raises its price also, it loses its consumer because everybody's product is same, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
so that is why uh, it is a price taker. Okay, so if
Okay.
so you have to write that it doesn't receive any benefit if it lowers the price, or if it raises the price, then it loses its consumers, since there are infinite number of buyers and sellers in the market, um, dealing with the homogeneous product. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then this one.
Um, okay. Um, then the demand curve will. Okay, I'm not sure what will happen to the demand curve, but I know that the demand won't be perfectly elastic now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what will happen to the demand.
Okay, last time I told you there are so many soaps, but people are going for like whoever is liking the Lux, he will never go for Liril, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
whoever is liking Synthol, he's not going for another one. That means the monopoly element sets in. Okay, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so if the monopoly element sets in, that means the demand curve will not be the horizontal one, but it will be the downward sloping. Got it?
Oh, okay.
Got
Got
it?
it. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Okay. Now this one. Okay, so there are two things here: price elasticity of demand. You know price elasticity of demand.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yes. When the demand has the ability to change
Due to
due to changes in demand. Wait,
please,
I will not explain it.
please explain
So,
what is the price elasticity of demand.
so when the price increases or decreases, then the demand changes. So it's
Yes, exactly.
basically,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yeah, yes, exactly. So it's the responsiveness of the demand due to the change in price, right?
yeah, yes,
Okay, that's it.
basically, yeah.
Okay, so if the price elasticity is
Okay,
high and low, then how the price is set according to that. Okay, so look at
okay,
this information that sales director said it wants to raise the revenue.
okay,
Okay, and there are two things. In urban areas, it is inelastic, right? 0.8,
yes,
and it is
mm,
elastic in rural areas. That means if the price changes, if the price increases, then that means demand will go down. Okay,
okay,
and if the price falls down, then demand will increase. Two things.
yes,
Depending on the price elasticity, the response will be
mm,
like that. So if it is highly elastic, that is in the rural areas, so if the company is going to charge a higher price in the rural area, that means it is going to lose its business in the rural areas, right?
yes,
Okay,
mhm,
and
okay,
in the urban areas, what is happening is it's less elastic. That means it can raise the prices because people are liking its product or something, like they are they like the brand or something like that. So that is why it is less elastic compared to the rural areas. Okay,
Okay.
so it can charge higher
Yeah.
price, it can charge higher price to the urban customer, and it will charge lower price to the rural area customer. Okay, got it.
Okay. Got it.
Hmm. So that means the sales director is having that in his mind.
Okay.
And that means also it can go for price discrimination among these two markets. Okay,
Okay.
and price
Yes, ma'am.
discrimination will happen in these two separate markets, and it will charge a higher price to urban customer, lower price to rural customer.
More
Okay,
customers. Okay. Yes.
and for B, it has to keep these two markets separate.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. So, what does that mean? Keeping the market.
yeah, it has to keep the market separate so that no one can buy the product from
Uh,
from rural sector.
got it. Mm.
That's
Yeah. No. Okay.
resell. Yeah.
Got that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This one. This is interesting question. So it's a market for cotton in the country. Interesting name. You know what I like for this exam? They
Yes.
give the country name very interesting.
Yeah. And like when they give
Uh,
currency names also.
yeah, so it's really
Yeah.
good. So very inventive actually.
Yeah.
And Marcus, I guess. Okay, so
Yes.
it's using cotton. Now the question is, they have
Yeah.
given us the demand and supply. So you have to find out the social surplus, or this is also known as community surplus. Okay. So
Yes.
when it is community or social surplus, it means it's a surplus by the consumer and the producer.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you clear about consumer surplus, producer surplus?
I'm clear.
You're clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's do it. So this is the definition that social surplus is.
The the sum of consumer service and producer surplus.
Exactly. Okay.
Yes.
So now next question is, you have to calculate social surplus. So let's find it out. First the consumer surplus, then the producer surplus. So what is the consumer surplus here?
It would be 10 to 20. So 20 minus
Yes, yes.
20 minus 10 into 50. No,
Yeah, 50.
it's
This is 50.
40. 50. Yeah.
Hmm, hmm.
Okay, so 10 into 50 uh, divided, okay, half into 50. 10 into
Yeah.
50 by 2.
Okay, that's one thing.
One second.
Then,
I just
hmm,
write it down.
hmm, hmm,
No, I'm getting a little confused, so I'll just write it down.
hmm, hmm.
2 minus 10 into 50 by 2. Okay.
Okay, one more thing. You have to be careful about the units. Okay.
Okay.
So here it is thousands of kg. So you should multiply it. Otherwise, you will just leave
Oh,
it like that.
oh, okay.
Make it
Yeah.
habit. Okay.
So, yes,
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. Yeah.
Okay. Then.
So that's consumer surplus.
Mm-hmm.
And then producer surplus would be uh, 6
Hmm.
into 50 in 6 into 50 by 2.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
6
Now.
into, sorry.
Yeah. So now you
Yeah.
just add them up, and then you get your social surplus.
Yeah.
Okay, one more thing. If they are asking you about the only the community surplus, then you can just find out in one go. That will be from 4 to 20, right? So this is your
Okay.
16.
Hmm.
Hmm? And
Hmm.
you can multiply that by this 50. The base is 50.
Okay.
Okay, and divide by 1 by 2 and multiply by 1000. So that's direct answer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so write down the formula and give the answer, then you get 2. Otherwise you just give the figure, then you get 1.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
then the next one is, let's find out. This is interesting. So now they are giving the subsidy of equal to $8 per kg. Okay, so now what will happen if there is a subsidy?
You draw a line at
Sorry,
line from the x-axis at 8.
sorry.
Oh no. You'd have so they want us to label the subsidy in the figure 3.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
So would it be 8,000 on the x-axis? I'm
No,
not sure.
no, no, no. See, if it is giving the subsidy per unit, then the supply curve will turn rightward. Okay, so
Okay.
that means let me explain to
Oh,
you.
sorry. 8 on the y-axis, no, x-axis. No? Okay.
So that means per unit, that is earlier it was whatever it was. So the gap, this gap has to be 8. Okay, so this parallel gap has to be $8. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the new supply curve after
Oh,
the
like that.
subsidy. Okay, so uh, here the answer will be, when you draw it, just remember, just find out 3 to 4 points. Okay, so from here this is your 10, right? Equilibrium quantity is 10.
Yes.
Okay, what you can do is just deduct 8. Okay, and you get 1 point here too. Okay,
Yes.
then just find out this one is 13. 13, that means next one will be 5. Okay,
Okay.
okay, so you got your point 2, 5. Then another one is 16, here it is 8. Yeah, so you just join them and do that. Okay,
Okay. Got
so you got this supply curve here. Where is it?
it. Okay.
You'll get that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. So based on that, we are going to solve the question.
Okay.
So what will be the cost for this subsidy to the government?
Mm, okay. Got to the government.
Okay, let me show you that mark scheme, then only I think you will be okay. uh Oh, sorry, not this one. This one. Sorry. Hmm. So here it is. Where is that?
It's question 2B, part
2B.
3. Part 2.
Exactly. Huh. Okay. So can you see
Yeah.
this curve?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is
Yeah.
uh, exactly the difference between the subsidy supply curve and supply curve will be exactly at any point will be $8. Okay.
Okay. So, okay.
Okay, and the this different distance will be always parallel.
Okay.
So okay, they will be
Got it.
parallel to each other. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so out of this we have the question to solve. Okay, now look at this quantity. Now it's a different quantity, right? Because the demand curve is intersecting the with subsidy curve at this point, right? So
Yes.
the price consumer will be paying this one 5.
Mm.
Can you see these points?
Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 Got it. Yes.
Okay.
The equilibrium
Huh.
of the subsidy curve. Yeah.
Huh. So here it is 75 new quantity,
Yeah.
and this is the price will be 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now it's asking for you the government, it's the cost for the government. Okay, calculate the cost for the
Yes.
government. Okay, let me draw this for you then.
Yeah. Five. Will it be 5 into 75?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, and multiply that through the units. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then that is change in producer surplus.
Okay. So,
Mm-hmm. Can you find it out?
I'm not sure. Could you show me the mappings too?
Uh-huh. The book diagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the equilibrium is at 5. So, ma'am, the consumer surplus would be uh, from where is the graph end? Like, where is the line? The consumer surplus end?
This one.
Yeah. So, it like it will be at the lower end would be at 5. Will the
Mm-hmm.
higher end be at 10?
Sorry, we are talking about producer surplus first. We'll go for consumer
Okay.
surplus next.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hmm.
Producer surplus. So then it would be 0 to 5
Why 0 to 5?
because the subsidy curve starts at the x-axis.
No, actually, what happens is this is a quite tricky for producer surplus. Okay, so what happens in the producer surplus is whatever the producer receives below the price label, below that price label, and above the supply curve. Okay,
Okay.
so
Uh,
let me draw this figure for you.
sure.
This is S, this is D. Okay, so
Yes.
I'm just writing what is happening to the consumer surplus, producer surplus, then government revenue, and then your total surplus. Okay,
Okay.
and this is for the free market, and this is for the subsidy, and if then there is any change. Okay, so
Okay.
uh, I'm just dividing them into these two areas. This is I'm just first I'm talking about the free market. Okay, so
Okay.
this is the price actually, earlier price. So in this case, the consumer was having, this was the surplus, right? This
Okay.
triangle will be the
Hmm.
surplus, right? So
Okay.
let me draw also one more line here. that is the producer will get. Okay, PP, and then this is the consumer. Okay, and how
Okay.
I'm getting it, because there is a subsidy to this effect. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the supply curve with subsidy. Getting the point? So
Yes,
in
got it.
this, when the producer is selling it at a lower price, that means consumer is getting a lower price. So PC is the consumer is giving the price. Okay, and on top of that,
Okay.
this is the amount of subsidy that he is getting. Getting my point? So this is the amount of
Yes.
subsidy he will be receiving per unit subsidy. Okay. Okay. Now I'm telling, I'm just getting these numbers A, this actually these areas. Okay. A, B,
Okay.
C, D, and this is F, G, H, and this is E. Okay.
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 Yes.
So, and this is your quantity, earlier quantity, and this is your quantity with subsidy. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
now in the free market, what is the consumer surplus? That will be the price, that is the consumer paying that price, that is P star, and above that,
Mm.
but below the demand curve, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's add these areas. A plus B is the consumer
Okay.
surplus. ठीक है?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going for the producer surplus. That will be the below the price that it receives in this free market, but above the supply curve.
Okay.
Okay. So this
Okay.
this is the triangle. So this will be the area C plus D. Okay.
Okay.
C plus D. Okay. Now is there any government revenue? Government is not receiving any revenue or any
No.
taxes or any subsidy, right?
No.
So it's zero. So that means the total
Yeah.
surplus will be A plus B plus C plus D.
Yeah. Yes.
Now the subsidy is coming to the picture. Okay.
Yes.
Now if the subsidy is coming to the picture, then this is totally changing. So how it is changing? Now your consumer surplus, there is an addition to the consumer surplus. Okay. Now the
Okay.
consumer is giving a lesser price, that is PC, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay. And how much it's going for? It is going till the new subsidy, that is subsidy quantity, and this trapezium, isn't it? So
Yes.
there is an increase in the consumer surplus,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
now its consumer surplus is A plus B plus C plus F plus G. Okay,
Okay.
got it?
Got it.
So there is an increase in the consumer surplus. Okay.
Okay.
Then what about the producer surplus? Producer surplus has also increased. How much producer surplus has increased? That is, let's see how much it has increased. Producer is now getting two, what to say? Producer is getting the subsidy units, right?
Yes.
So sorry.
That's right.
Okay. Hmm. So now, yeah, where were we? I was talking about producer surplus. So producer surplus is now changed. It has also increased, right? Because it is receiving the
Yeah.
subsidy, isn't it?
Mm.
So that means
Yes.
earlier it was having the this area, this triangle C plus D, this triangle, right? But
Yes.
now since it will be receiving the subsidy amount, that is this one, right? This
Mm.
difference per unit subsidy. So its producer surplus has increased, and that is the price that it will be getting. This is PP that producer will be getting, and below the sorry, above the supply curve. Okay.
Okay.
So that means it will go for this triangle. So now it has become bigger. Okay,
Yes. Okay.
got it? So now
Got
the
it. Yeah.
producer surplus is B plus E plus C plus D. Getting it?
Got it.
B, E, C, D.
Ma'am, but so here, how do I know which part on the actual graph is B?
B is this one, this area, this trapezium.
So
The,
all I have to do is divide it into the consumer surplus and producer surplus, and then
look.
again divide.
This part is the new one.
Yeah. So I understood that, but how do I create these divisions on the graph?
That you have to look for in the graphs. Okay,
Okay.
and find out the figures for these things.
Hmm.
Then only you will be able to do it. So it is actually quite difficult for some students.
Hmm.
It is not difficult once you understand, but so far you understood.
So far I understood, but my only question is like, if I look at the question, so I divide it into consumer surplus and producer surplus at 10.
Now look at it.
So now between 4 and 10, how do I know which is part A and which is part B?
Exactly.
Or
That,
like,
yeah, that you have to look for. Looking at this one, okay. So looking at this one, now the subsidy amount is 75, okay.
okay,
And earlier the equilibrium price was 10 and the output was 50. Now it is 75, okay. So this,
okay,
you just draw this line, you just draw this line above, okay. When you
okay,
draw the line to the above, then this 5 also is there, right? This 5 is also there,
yes,
okay. So if that means you have to draw the lines in your mind, or in you have to solve that, okay.
okay,
Or you just use the pen and paper and draw this and just calculate,
okay,
okay. So in this case, you have to find it, the points, right? So first the p
mhm,
star, your p star is 10,
yes,
okay. And what about your pp that producer will be receiving?
mm,
The equilibrium part is here. So draw the
yes,
line to the supply curve and see what is the price level there. 13,
13, yeah.
okay. Got it? Got 13?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
Okay. So 13 and here it is 4, right?
yes,
So it is starting from 4 and this price is 13. That means that is their difference is 9,
yes,
okay. And then that is the one, then you are having 75 as the base, right?
okay, yes,
Okay. Then you have to find out the area of that, that is the total producer surplus right now, okay.
okay,
So you are looking for change in total surplus, sorry, total producer surplus. Then you can find out through the use of trapezium formula, okay.
okay, okay,
So this is the trapezium actually that will be used in the change in producer surplus, right?
mm, okay,
Okay.
yes,
So that you can get through the trapezium formula, that is a plus b by 2 times h,
mm,
okay. So one way you can do is first calculate the initial one, okay.
mm,
So what was the initial producer cost, and then find out the new cost, sorry, new surplus, not cost actually, sorry, new
okay,
surplus, initial surplus, okay. So you can find
okay,
out the changes,
okay,
okay. So since
yeah,
the earlier this was the producer surplus for this, but in this with the subsidy it is having this trapezium area, that means this is the change,
okay,
okay. So if I'm putting the values here, then the price consumer is paying is $6.
yes,
No, the consumer will be paying $5 right now, right?
yeah,
And the
mm,
supply curve is starting at 4,
4, yeah,
okay. And your this pp is 13, and this is your
Yes.
75, this is your 50, right?
Yeah.
Hmm? So
Yeah.
you got your 13, you got your 5, you got your 4. Earlier it was 10.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I think you will be able to calculate these values.
Yeah. Now I can do it.
Okay. Are you comfortable doing it?
Yes, I can do it.
Okay. So just be careful while you are solving for these graphs. I think this is your weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are having a trouble reading the graphs.
Yes.
Okay. So be careful for that.
Okay.
Okay. So I think you will be able to do this when you figure it out, the figures.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means then subsidy, you got it, the subsidy values, that
Yes.
the subsidy, this one is 8 into 75 into 1000.
Yes.
That will
Yeah.
be your subsidy cost to the government. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Okay. Then the price. Hmm. Then change in the producer surplus, that I think you can do it.
Yes, I can.
Okay. And the change in consumer surplus.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay. Now you are clear about the effects of subsidy, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. The next question. Okay. Why the government is giving the subsidy to its cotton producers? Any reason?
Yeah. So to assist or like to improve the production of cotton
Mm-hmm.
within in the firms,
Mm-hmm.
and to also increase the imports and exports of cotton.
Okay, and sometimes they also provide subsidy to export those cottons.
No, I can't hear you.
Yeah. So I was telling sometimes
Yeah.
they want to assist the producers to export, right? To promote export.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And to reduce imports, then to assist the producers to produce at a low cost, and to help the buyers to get the produce in the low price. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Then it is two functions of WTO. This is easy.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, just leave it.
Okay.
Okay, you can do that. WTO
Yes.
only. Okay, so this one.
Mm, okay.
So world price for the cotton is $2 per kg. Okay,
Mm,
and you are being asked that you have to plot the label world supply curve.
okay.
So how do you do that? It's asking for world supply curve. Okay, not the country domestic supply curve. So that is why the world supply curve is a flat curve, because it's $2 per kg. It's like the perfect competitive market. Okay. So just two at $2, you just draw the world price supply curve. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So it's asking that calculate the change in the cost of financing the $8 per kg. Hmm. Any idea?
Um,
So if it's
yeah.
going to import cotton from the world market,
Yes.
so it's going to import cotton from the world market. So if it is going to import the cotton from world market, what's going to happen? B2. Let's go to that figure. B2. Is this the one?
Yes. That's
Hmm.
one.
Hmm. Bolo. $2.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not sure.
Sure?
Which, yeah.
Okay, let's go to this one. So $2, in the $2, how much it
Hmm?
is? The world supply curve will be at the $2, right?
Yes. Hmm. Horizontal line. Okay.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
this is the demand curve. Okay.
Yes.
So what's happening is, this is the point. This is the point where the world supply is happening. Okay. So it is $2, and actually in the figure, okay, in the figure, don't go for this 50 right now. Okay, just ignore this one. I'm telling, in the figure that you'll find out it is crushing at the 50 only. Okay, after that it is
Okay.
actually, okay, you might get confused here. Let it be like this. So this is the $2 world supply. Okay, and this is the total
Yes.
demand. Okay, so this means this part is supplied, this part is actually produced by the domestic market, and this part is the produced, supplied by the world market. Okay,
Okay.
world market, and this is from the domestic market. So that means this is the 50 units. Okay, or 50,000 I think it is there. So
Okay.
the country domestic producer is producing 50, and rest of it is imported. That means the government is have to provide subsidy for this 50 only. Okay,
Okay.
so let's go back to this. Now I think it's easier for you. Can you read it? The $2, here it is 50 50.
Hmm.
Okay, and then at this point it is the demand is 90. Demand is 90. Okay,
Okay.
can you see it?
Yes, I
What
can
I'm
see it.
doing, what I'm doing actually, are you getting it? Okay, let's,
Yeah. A little confusing though.
yeah, just imagine that you are drawing the world supply curve at $2.
Okay.
Okay, so when you are imagining that is crossing the supply curve at this point, that is the
At
50.
50.
Okay,
Yes, I got that.
yeah, and then it is crossing the demand curve at this one, that is 90.
70. 90. Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
the that means 50 is produced by the domestic producers,
Yes.
and
Hmm.
40 is supplied by the world market.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
so this 50 will be multiplied by the subsidy unit per unit, and thousands per of kg. Got it?
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so next question.
Hmm. From the left hand side is the world supply, and the right hand side is the domestic supply.
No, 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 उल्टा हो गया, उल्टा बोल दिया.
Okay. So right hand side is the world supply.
Yes, yes, see, this part,
Hmm.
till this
Hmm.
part the domestic producers has the capacity to supply. Okay, afterwards,
Okay.
afterwards the demand is actually higher than the domestic supply, so the gap between these two will be supplied by the world market.
Hmm. Oh, okay, like that. Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
now the next question please.
This one. Domestic supply. 1 second. Just move
Mm-hmm.
this down.
No, not this
Yeah.
one. Okay, what is the,
Explain.
mm-hmm,
Cost per day.
this one, I think this one, GDP.
No, that's the third question. Okay. Yeah. Um, calculate. Oh, yeah. So we had this question in one of our exams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if GDP, I know the formula for GDP.
Yeah, just tell me.
So it'll be,
Hmm.
yeah, it'll be consumer spending plus, uh,
C plus I
yeah,
plus
consumer
G
spending plus,
plus X minus M.
yeah, okay, so I have to remember that.
Yeah. Okay.
C plus I
Plus G
plus,
plus X minus M. So C is standing for
okay,
consumption, I for investment, G for government expenditure, and this is for export and this is for import.
okay, got it.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now the next question is about GNI.
Okay. The GNI is GDP plus the net factor income.
Exactly. So you just find out
Yeah.
this net factor income from abroad. This is the negative one. That means more money is being supplied to others, means abroad.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
Then this one, question 3,
Mm,
table 2.
inflation.
So first of all, you have to find out the real GDP. Okay. You have been
Okay.
given this nominal GDP. You know the difference between nominal and real GDP, right?
Uh, yeah. I learned about it.
Mm-hmm. So nominal GDP, price deflator. Okay.
Okay.
So there is a relation between these two.
Okay.
So your real GDP will be nominal GDP divided by GDP deflator.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then times 100.
Okay.
So this part. So that means your nominal GDP 4814 divided by your GDP deflator 105.11 times 100.
Okay.
Okay. So that
Yeah.
is your real GDP for this one 2015. Okay. So this
Okay.
question is about what is the changes, what is the change
Between 2015 and 16.
15 and 14. The question is, acha, I'm doing the D,
It's asking for
question D.
6.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, sorry. So we are doing for this D1 actually. So it is asking for change in real GDP between
Okay.
2014 and 15. Getting it?
Yeah. Yeah. I got it.
Okay. So first find out the real
So,
GDP, then find out the changes.
yeah.
So whatever
Okay.
the
I can do that.
yeah. So whatever value will be, you just change,
Yeah.
see the percentage change with respect to 2014. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Now the rate of consumer price inflation in 2016. This is nothing but you just go for 2016 this CPI
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that you can
Old
do.
minus new by old into 100. I think.
Hmm. New minus old upon old into 100. Okay.
Old. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now this question is quite tricky. So it's asking for you just to find out this figure for me. What is denoted by this? Okay. So what is
Okay.
this? This is the circular flow of income.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this letter V. So V is signifying this part. Okay. So what is this one? Factor income, because farms pay factor income to the household.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Then next question is
Yes.
what is the letter M? M will be, here it is already written export and it is M will be import from abroad.
Imports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's asking for four factor of payments that will be in the income flow. Four factor of payments you already know, that's easy: rent, wages, interest, and profit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then next is you have to define the term leakages. Leakages, you know, anything that is not in the circular flow of income, that is taken out of that. Okay, so that means it is that portion of national income which is not spent on domestic output or
Okay.
consumption. Okay,
Okay.
and they are asking for size of budget surplus or deficit. Okay, using figure 4. So this is the figure 4, this one. So how do you find out the budget deficit or budget surplus?
Uh, I'm
Not sure.
not sure.
Yeah, just like we do in houses. What do we do? Our revenue minus the cost, revenue minus the expenditure, that is our deficit, right? Or surplus.
Okay.
Okay, so here the government revenue is net taxes. Okay, so net taxes minus government spending, that is the, so it is a positive one, that means it's having a surplus.
Okay.
So it will be 5 billion dollar. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then next is hmm so the country is deciding to increase the level of taxation to 34 billion dollar. Okay, so you just have to use ADAS diagram and explain how this may affect the level of unemployment. 4 marks, so you have to write it
Okay.
how it's going to affect.
So, when there's it's taxation, then consumption, consumption reduces,
Hmm,
which will lower the demand. So then there'll be a leftward shift of the demand curve,
exactly.
and
What
what else? The
what will
supply
happen? Yeah, what will happen to the investment and output?
output would reduce, and the investment also would lower,
Hmm,
and then there'd be increased level of unemployment as well.
exactly.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Here we are going to find out the average tax rate for an individual who is earning $64,000 per year. Okay.
Okay.
So this is easy. Just take this 12,000. Okay, and then the rate of tax here plus this the difference between these two slabs. Okay, times
Okay.
the rate of interest, the rate of tax, then the this slab, the difference in this income slab, and times this one, and then it is asking
Mhm.
for $64,000. So that is why here it
Yes.
is above 60,000, so it's the difference of $4,000. Okay, and you apply
Okay.
32%.
So it will be okay. Got it.
Okay, so whatever that value will be, you just divide that by $64,000, because this is the total income for this, and you are finding the average tax rate for this income. Okay,
Okay. So it would just be the last column multiplied divided by 64,000 into 100,
sorry, why last column?
because they're asking for.
This is the 12,000 times
Mm,
5%. Okay, plus
okay.
then the difference between 27,500 and 12,000, so it will be 15,500 times 12%. Okay, plus 32,500. Where am I getting this value? 32,005%. Can you say
Mm,
it? This is nothing but the difference between the income slab, upper limit
ah.
and
Okay.
upper limit and lower limit. Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
you will get these values. This will give you one value. Okay, suppose that is x. Okay, so
Okay.
to find out the average tax rate, you have to divide this x upon 64,000. जिसके लिए हम for whom we are driving the divide getting the average tax rate. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
So and this is times 100, so you get the whatever, suppose this is y, so y is your average tax rate.